Alrighty guys, what is going on everybody? And welcome back here to another live stream for today. We got ourselves a little bit of coverage on the table here. What's up everybody? Hope you guys are doing good out there. Glad to have y'all. We're going to adjust my camera really quickly. Alright. Anyways, what's up my friends? Let's see, we have All of Them Prepper, we have White Wolf PayPal, we have Steven, Jonathan, Spencer, Crystal. What's up everybody? Hope everyone is doing good out there. So I decided to go live here for a little bit because right at the moment, let's see here real quick. So Courtney, my girlfriend, is in town for the next for the last 2 weeks essentially. She's leaving on Tuesday. I was wanting to spend as much time with her as I could, but she's actually watching a movie right now. So I figured we'll hop on here for a little bit. We'll talk about what's going on here in the severe weather world, and we'll keep y'all updated here, and make sure you guys are staying tuned regarding the severe weather. Anyways, what's up, everybody? Hope everyone's doing good. Let's see here. Proxy with a $35 super chat. What's up, Prox? Hope you're doing good. Thank you so much there, Proxy. Thank you so much for that. Really appreciate it. It says, hey. Andrew is here to give us weather info we need to stay safe. Thanks, Andrew. No problem. Thank you, Proxy. Really appreciate it. Justin says, do I think the storms will stay just south of Dallas-Fort Worth? Okay. So here's the thing. The answer to that is likely yes. We actually have ourselves a severe weather risk stretching all the way down into, you can kind of see that cutoff point for severe weather. Kind of cuts off here slightly north of Fort Worth. Because we actually have or really technically 3 areas today we're watching for severe weather activity. The 2 big ones are across the areas in yellow. So basically central Texas, southwestern Nebraska, northwestern Kansas, even a little sliver of northeastern Colorado here. Inside the biggest risk, overall, tornadoes, not that high of a concern. Damaging winds and hail. Mostly hail is, once again, kind of the biggest concern here. And, you know, that's the way it's kind of been for the last few days. You know, really across, like, Texas. You know, we've been seeing a lot of these significant hail threats out there. But anyways, yeah, no. That's kind of the big concern here. Let's see. Frank says, hello from Dayton, Ohio. What's up? Hope you're doing good. Let's see, beautiful day here in Dayton, Ohio. Yeah, no, it is here too in Kentucky, not too far away from you. Let's see here. Prox is always happy to support. Once again, Prox, thank you so much. Very, very sweet of you. Anyways, let's go and talk a few warnings here. So across central Texas, we got ourselves a group of severe thunderstorm warnings. So my friends out here in central Texas near an area called Burnett. here towards Marble Falls. Let's see, this is for hail up to ping pong ball size, 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. And actually something I do want to show you guys really quickly. This was reported here. Yeah, these storms are not moving too quickly from what it looks like. But look at all this. So the storm we were just talking about towards Burnett, this has been reporting like a train of hail. Literally a train of hail reports. And it's kind of hard to see them, but there you go. Yeah, all of these little markers here, these are all hail reports out of the storm here. So we've had, let's see, we've had 0.75, which is basically penny to dime size, quarter size, 2.5-inch hail. We're talking literally over egg size. You know, like typically the eggs you make for breakfast, you know, a normal hen egg, this is larger than that. And there's actually a report on that saying that there has apparently been some cracked windshields, which is not surprising when you have hail that big. Anyways, 1.5, 1.75 golf ball size, 2-inch hail hen egg size. So, you know what? Yeah, no, this storm definitely has the history of producing some pretty gnarly hail from what it looks like. So, once again, this is a storm here towards, like, Burnett. Let's see, Bertram. Marble Falls as well. It has 9 minutes to go. The warning anyways. Tracking out here towards Fort Worth. You can see Dallas, Fort Worth right here. So there's Dallas, there's Fort Worth. Not too far southwest of Fort Worth here. Let's see. So basically about 30 miles or so. Yeah, just about 30 miles or so. We have another severe thunderstorm warning southwest of Fort Worth for like areas of Glen Rose. However, Glen Rose is out of the storm right now. This is mostly for like Brazos Point, Eulogy. I think might be. I think that's how you pronounce that. Could be a little wrong. Could be very wrong. Trust me, if you guys have been around here for a while, you know my pronunciation on these town names. It's terrible, terrible, terrible. Yep. Severe thunderstorm warning in effect. Nothing too extreme on this guy. Just a possibility for some gusty winds, maybe up to 60 miles per hour. So. It's a possibility, but overall, yeah, hail size is not expected to be anything crazy, so that's good news. Anyways, let's move up here towards Nebraska. We got some more storms popping up here in Nebraska, if y'all didn't know. These ones look like hail producers and a half. Holy cow, let's see. A Walk in the Woods, thank you so much, dude, with a $3.30 donation. Thank you so much there, Walk in the Woods. Greatly appreciated, my friend. Very, very sweet of you. Thank you so much. All right, let's see. These storms down here, quarter-size hail, 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. Okay, this is actually sharing the border between Nebraska and northern Kansas. 22 minutes ago, quarter-size hail, 60-mile-an-hour winds. This one right here has caught my eye. Look at that. You see a lot of that pink in there? That's showing some big old hail. Actually, golf ball-size hail. 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts, too, out of this guy. And extreme south-central Nebraska. Right over Huntley. Right over Huntley, Nebraska. So if you guys know anybody out there, I'm sure, make sure you give them a little heads up. Be like, hey, yeah, I'm sure you guys are probably getting pelted by some hail. Also, Reagan's included, but Reagan looks like it's mostly in an area where more of a heavy rain type of situation rather than hail. Northwest of that storm, we got another guy, same thing, golf ball size hail. No, this one's for Smithfield, although it looks like just moderate precipitation. Elwood kind of pulling out that light precipitation. But it appears, from what it looks like, I could be wrong on this, but it looks like it might be rural areas here. Or the biggest impactor part of the storm is located. So that could be some good news. And of course, the last warning here, southwestern Nebraska for Imperial, Juanita, and Enders. Hail size up to 1.5 inch, and actually damaging winds are not expected out of that one, so that's good news. Anyways, that's kind of what we're seeing here. All right, we're going to bring y'all over here to the current satellite view. This is the current eyes in the sky. Absolutely beautiful. You know, we have very, very clear Texas. There's not much happening. Sky is actually relatively clear, and then you just got this big old bubble Oh, what the heck is going on there? Anyways, yeah, you got this big old bubble here. That's your thunderstorm right there. So basically, I don't know if y'all noticed, but if we zoom into those thunderstorms on the scan here, we go way back here, just around sunset. You see how it's kind of wavy? Those are those updrafts. All the warm air is just shooting straight up in the sky, and it's basically piercing the top of the atmosphere here, and you can see how it's bubbling. What we call convection. But anyways, yeah, we got some wind reports. Winds inside the storm are mostly moving northwest from what it looks like. So, but winds are pretty gusty out there. We're seeing about 25 miles per hour sustained. So we're talking some pretty gusty winds. Even looks like a few little showers are popping off. What? Hold on a minute. I'm gonna take a look at radar on this guy. So apparently, according to radar or satellite, there's there you go, right there. Look at that. Northwest of San Antonio. Got a few little pop-up storms. You got some twins. We got some twins out there northwest of San Antonio. Not severe warned or anything. Not severe, but anyways. That is that. Let's see. I'm in Omaha. How does Omaha look? So, okay, Omaha, Nebraska does not have a severe weather threat. You're close to it. You are right on the edge, essentially, of the severe weather risk today. But honestly, I mean, you see it for yourself. There's nothing on radar right now. But Omaha, Nebraska is not in the risk. But I mean, you're close to it. But I mean, even in current observations, there's really not much happening out there. So I think you're good, personally. I mean, even if you were in that lowest threat, it's still a very low chance overall. So, no, I think you're good. Yeah, it's mostly like south central Nebraska right now that's currently getting impacted. Like I said, these guys are cranking pretty good. And on these ones, we're actually ones here in Nebraska, we're seeing like golf ball size hail out here. Towards Huntley, Nebraska, Reagan, Nebraska. Once again, Reagan, though, is mostly in kind of that moderate precipitation here. Not really in the heavy stuff. Yeah, the heavy stuff's towards Huntley, Nebraska. So that's the areas we got to watch out for. Also, northwest, another storm for golf ball size hail, 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. And then we got another one here for actually ping pong ball size hail towards areas east of Imperial, Nebraska, which is a very far southwestern side. So that's the current info in Nebraska. Oh, wow. What's going on here? I want a velocity, that one. Oh, hold up. That might even be a bit of rotation. You know what, my friends? I think we were seeing a bit of rotation here. In central Texas. Okay. So, Marble Falls, Texas. It looks like just to your northeast a bit. Kind of towards Mormon Mill. It looks like we might be seeing a little bit of rotation starting to pop up here. Right in there. Okay, that might be something we should consider watching here. I mean, even if you take a look here at the reflectivity, we do have a bit of a hook. So, this is what we call a hook echo. It's a classic signature in meteorology. Something if you guys are taking classes or if you guys, just studying, you'll definitely hear about a hook echo, and this is kind of one of them. Yeah, we got this little dangly bit hanging down there. Anytime you see that, like I said, anytime you see that, that's when you got to be serious. You got to really look out for these storms here. So we're actually seeing two areas of interest right now. Let's see, velocity. Yeah, but once again, this is in central Texas towards Mormon Mill. So obviously, if you know anybody out there, just as a precaution, I'd recommend being ready to go to your shelter, just in case of a tornado warning or something gets issued for y'all. Okay. Yeah, we'll need to watch that little area here. Let's see. Yeah, we got another storm southwest of Fort Worth. Doesn't really appear to be doing anything too crazy. This warning is actually probably going to expire here pretty soon. I mean, first, or it's 1 minute to go, but also because, the storm is outside of the warning area. So overall, yeah, it's definitely going to be needed to get rid of. So that's good news. That'll be gone here soon. Oh, it actually looks like They just issued another severe thunderstorm warning here. This one's actually getting close to Austin. This is on that cell that is rotating we were talking about. They just issued a severe thunderstorm warning towards Austin, Texas, a little bit northwest, towards like Lago, maybe? I think it's Lago. Lago, same thing. Lago Vista, Briarcliff, let's see, Smithwick, Liberty Hill included with this guy. Yeah, once again, this is kind of a supercell, or this thing is a supercell, because it's rotating. And like I said, there's obviously a hook echo right on this. It looks like it might be maturing into something. There's definitely a bit of rotation in there. South of Mormon Mill. Okay, they don't have a tornado warning on this here, but I'd say that we need to watch this guy pretty closely because, like I said, I mean, hey, you never know. You never know if we could see a warning be issued soon. Honestly, I do think it might be necessary here. So if you guys live out towards, like, Smithwick, Texas, just for your safety, I would advise to go into your safe spot for now. Once again, the reason I say that is because I believe that there is some pretty strong rotation happening here. Northeast of Marble Falls, south of Mormon Mill. Once again, tracking southeast, and it looks like it might be, if it continues, it might cross into Smithwick. And just for your safety, I'd recommend, just to be prepared in case. Not saying there's going to be a tornado, but I'm saying that there's some signs to it that, oh, wow, look at that. That might even be a little bit of, I don't know. I need to get better radar coverage out here. Yeah, radar coverage out in some of these areas is terrible. But back up here in Nebraska, y'all, we got some pretty gnarly storms popping off, mostly in the hail concern. I mean, we got Huntley, Nebraska, which is very far south central Nebraska here. We got a lot of pink, and all that pink is representing some big old chunks of ice. Which right here towards Huntley, we got ourselves mostly east of Huntley now. Got some big scans, big signatures from radar coming through, which that, we're likely seeing some hail out there. So we'll need to watch this here. Got another warning out here. They just extended that so basically east of Imperial, Nebraska, southwestern side here. Severe thunderstorm warning in effect for half-dollar size hail and 50 mile or less mile per hour wind gusts. So not expected to be anything damaging regarding severe winds or regarding the winds, anyways. North of that, Grant, we got ourselves another severe thunderstorm warning out there. So we're going to need to watch out for these guys. And here's the current satellite view up above. We got a big old puffy plume. A big old pluffy plume. Pluffy. Yeah, there we go. Pluffy plume out there in central Texas. We even got a few little puffers starting to pop up here. Once again, you can actually see this is north of Austin. So this right here, that's the city lights. That's Austin right there. And just northwest, right there, we got a storm. And like I said, that storm that's there, like I said, back on the radar here where we were watching, it might be rotating. I mean, obviously there's a hook echo on this thing. There's obviously a hook, which, like I said, anytime you see a little dangly bit on the bottom of a storm, you should probably, be really aware. Yeah, it definitely looks like there's a bit of rotation there. Kind of south, once again, south of Morton Mill, Texas. So, anyways, latest scan came out. It doesn't look as strong, but there's obviously a bit of broadness to it. So what I mean by broad is large, very large rotation. So we're going to need that to tighten up if it wants to drop a tornado. But right now, yeah, there's no immediate tornado danger. But I tell you what, just for your safety, I would consider watching this if you're towards Smithwick, Texas. Just a little FYI. Also, the heat of this main storm is heading towards Largo Vista as well. So we're going to need to really look out for that. Let's see here. Proxy gifting 10 memberships as well. Proxy, you absolutely rock, dude. Proxy, thank you so much. Very, very sweet of you, as always. Like I said in the beginning, Proxy donated to the stream here. And then now is gifting memberships. Proxy, you will always be our #1 supporter. You have supported the channel so much. And like I said, we obviously owe you guys, or we owe, all of us, owe Proxy a big thank you for help keeping the channel afloat and everything like that. Like I said, seriously, Proxy, thank you so much. Very, very, very sweet of you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Let's see here. But yeah, no, that, like I said, that's definitely what we need to look out for. Let's see. What is my day for severe weather? I'm in Minnesota. So, tomorrow, there's a small little risk out there. I'll go to show you real quickly, y'all. Yeah, today's not the only day of severe weather, believe it or not. Today we have 2 slight risk areas. Today's main concerns is central Texas, northwestern Kansas, a lot of central and western Nebraska. Tomorrow, southern Minnesota is included. Same thing for Sunday, too. So, depends on where you're at in Minnesota. Only the southern edge, though, has that. Has all the craziness. Or all, I wouldn't say craziness. I would say the southern edge only has the potential for severe weather, which could be crazy. Maybe, but it's very, very low probability. I mean, even if you're in a marginal risk at level 1, it's not a high likelihood that you'll see severe weather. However, I will tell you that even if you are in that level 1, it's still a severe risk. You know, and it still puts you at risk for damaging to, you know, life-threatening storms. So keep that in mind. Anyways, but yeah, no, this storm's definitely, you know, pretty well organized. Once again, we have this obvious hook on this storm here. Once again, in central Texas, really not too far from Austin, actually. Austin, Texas is southwest of the storm here. So that hook is about 35 miles from central Austin, Texas. In which, like I said, this storm is indeed tracking southeast. It's moving very slow, though. Only at 20 miles an hour. So these storms are moving pretty daggone slow. Now, with that being said, that leads to another concern today. You know, not just damaging winds, tornadoes, or large hail, but if you have slow-moving storms, it means that the precipitation stays over one place for quite a while, right? So, with that, you know, obviously with that nearly stationary storm, not quite stationary, but like I said, obviously with that going on, it allows for a rapid accumulation to occur. I mean, these storms, if they're sitting over a place for a long period of time, they could drop a lot of rain. Which that is a concern today. So we'll keep an eye on it. There's definitely some broad rotation there. Once again, this is going to have to tighten up if it wants to produce anything tornadic. But you can see that we have the... I don't know what's going on with my pen here. I don't understand it. It keeps on glitching. It just has like straight lines. Anyways, but yeah, right in here, you can see there's a lot of highlighted red and some green. Basically, green says that the winds are moving towards the radar, and the red shows they're moving away from the radar. But we have both of them, so it's rotating. It's rotating very, very broad, a very large rotation. Which, like I said, it needs to tighten up. It needs to get really tight if it wants to drop a tornado. So, but we have a mesocyclone here. Let's see here. Proxy says, I've had the best 8 months membership fun so far. Hoping for many more. Thank you so much, Proxy. Once again, let's see here. Nova says, I live in Kentucky. We see the pressure from the storm. I'm actually in Kentucky as well, Nova. But yeah, no, I've noticed the pressure has gone up. I actually have a personal weather station that, you know, basically just measures all that, logs it. Let's see, Crystal with $1 super chat. Thank you so much, Crystal. Greatly appreciated, my friend. Very sweet of you. Thank you so much. Yeah, this is the most interesting storm that's happening right now. And once again, this is actually not far from Austin, Texas. Like I said, my friends in Austin, I mean, right now, the storm is tracking towards you, but like I said, it's moving at 20 miles an hour. So a lot could happen by the time it reaches Austin. I mean, like I said, this thing is moving. This thing is moving southwest, and Austin's right here. Yeah, see what I mean? Look, watch. See, I'm circling it, and it's just doing straight lines. Like, it's not supposed to do this. I think it's my mouse, actually. Yeah, my mouse has been given out. But yeah, Austin's right there. But like I said, moving at 20 miles an hour, and it's like, what? We measured it like 35 miles an hour, or 35 miles away, so that would be like, what, like an hour and a half? ETA? If this storm can still be alive in an hour and a half? We'll see. But very obvious hook echo on that guy. Like I said, anytime you see a little hook like this, that's when you gotta really take it seriously. But right now, like I said, rotation's quite large, meaning that it has a bit of time here, or it has to tighten up a bit. So, okay, we'll go ahead and we'll move back to that here in a minute. Let's go and take a look here back in Nebraska. Like I said, we have actually 2 areas here today we're really paying attention to, and that's across central. That's across like south, central, western portions of Nebraska today. Also central Texas. That's where the biggest risks are today. Let's see. Yeah, I've noticed the. Yeah, look at that. Wow. You see all that pink and a little bit of blue? That's showing like really big hailstones. Like I said, we're talking very large hail up here in Nebraska. That's actually the main concern today for my friends in Nebraska is hail. Now, tornadoes is here. I'll go ahead and show you guys real quickly. So tornadoes is not likely, although it can't be ruled out. That's what the light green or that dark green area means. Did they just update their risk? Hold on. They just updated the day 1 outlook. Still got the significant hail. I don't know if that was 15 or not. I think it was. They removed that. Yeah, they removed the tornado threat for like Louisiana. Or somewhere around Louisiana, we had actually 3 tornado risk areas. They removed that one. Yeah, but still slight risk out there. Yeah, but once again, hail. You can see that little dashed area. That's what we call a significant or a hatched risk area. Anytime you see that, that means we're talking big stuff. We're talking like monster hail. And like I said, we currently have these storms right now. Once again, this is in south central Nebraska. So you can see here's the state of Nebraska. We zoom into the very south side, south of Kearney? Kearney, however you want to say that. South of that, we actually have this storm producing, or has a potential of producing, literally golf ball size hail and 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. So like I said, not just hail, but also 60-mile-an-hour winds. I mean, gotta think, 60-mile-an-hour winds blowing that hail, moving it around, that could be a problem in itself. Wind-driven hail, that can only make more damage. Yeah, once again, a lot of that purple and blue, that's representing a lot of big chunks of ice up in the storms here. And once again, this guy right here, too, as well, towards Bertrand, Atlanta, Clyde, west of Holdridge. This one is golf ball size hail, 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts, too. And, of course, we actually have a big old group of severe thunderstorm warnings here. We're going to get rid of the radar for a second. But, look, we have a big old group of severe thunderstorm warnings here for, like, Hayes Center, Nebraska. Very far southwestern side, by the way, y'all. Imperial, Grant, Ogallala. I'm just rolling with it. I think that's how you say that area. Lamar here. Look at that. Wow, this one's gone up a bit. 70-mile-an-hour wind gusts. So this is not the biggest hail concern, but this is the biggest damaging wind threat, actually. See, 2-inch hail for this one just east of that. Holy cow. So you got damaging winds and very large hail is a pretty good concern out of these guys. Yeah, once again, that big pink blob there, that's where the large hail is at. And this is east of Imperial, Nebraska. West of Hayes Center, Nebraska. So very, very far southwestern side. Yeah, like I said, right now we have a lot of these. Storms firing off in South Nebraska right now. But like I said, they're pretty aggressive looking. They are definitely A little aggressive. Holy cow, dude. All right, we're gonna move back to that Texas storm. Yeah, this is the one that's kind of concerning in central Texas. Because, like I said, this guy is right next to Austin. Not saying that Austin's in any form of danger right now, but I'm just saying that this storm is tracking towards Austin. At the current moment, it does have a pretty well-defined hook echo on it. So you see that little tail end right here? That is, that's a good signature. You need to look out for those. Which it looks like there's a lot of broad rotation. I mean, like I said, like the mesocyclone is right here. So basically just a big rotating disc is basically happening right now. But like I said, if it wants to drop a tornado, that rotation is going to need to tighten up a lot. But right now, it's not doing that yet, anyways. But I'd say we'll watch out for a possible tornado on this guy. They don't have a tornado possible tag. On some of these severe thunderstorm warnings, they will actually put a tornado possible tag. But in this case, they do not. They do not have a tag out there right now. But this storm has been producing some nasty hail, actually. Quarter-size hail. We've had over egg-size hail. 2.5 inches in diameter. 1.5 ping-pong ball. Golf ball. 2.5 again. 2-inch hail. I mean, like I said, we're talking some big hail here. And, I mean, like I said, you can see how we evolve. We go down in time here, how we can very obviously see that little tail end is definitely maturing. Man, yeah. So my friends out there, let's see, let's see. So my friends out here who live towards Smithwick, Texas. Smithwick, Texas, you're kind of in the middle of that. Smithwick, it doesn't show on this program right here, but Smithwick is like right here. And this right here is the concerning part of the storm. Part of it, anyways. Yeah, this all in here, this is likely where there's the hail and the heavy rains. But right now, yeah, it's still pretty broad. I don't see any immediate. It's not tight rotation. It's not heavy rotation right now. But the reflectivity does show a well-defined hook here, which is showing a pretty good structure, pretty good storm structure out there. But yeah, once again, my friends out there in Smithwick, Texas, highly would consider for your safety seeking shelter. Like I said, right now you're not under a tornado warning. But, like I said, this is showing some signs, meaning that it could eventually go tornadic. I mean, like I said, there's two signs right now that is telling me that this storm is trying to produce a tornado. First of all, as we mentioned, this hook echo here. Anytime you usually see that represents a supercell, pretty strong thunderstorm here. And if we take a look here at velocity, you can notice how there's greens and reds, but they're pretty far spaced out. They're not very strong. It's very large rotation. Like I said, very, very broad. So basically a big disc is spinning. What we call a mesocyclone is in the storm, from what it looks like. This big ball is a mesocyclone here. And it's just a big old disc that's rotating. But like I said, it needs to tighten up a lot. This green and red need to get very, very bunched together and a lot more brighter. You'd see it on radar being a lot more brighter. That would represent more stronger rotation, which it's not very strong right now, and it's not very tight rotation. So right now, I don't see any immediate tornado danger, but like I said, hey, Mother Nature is crazy, and it could take off in a matter of a minute. I've seen radar scans go from, we see it all the time actually, go from really nothing, really not showing much anything tornadic to literally going tornadic the next scan here. But right now, like I said, right now there's no immediate danger of a tornado on this storm here, but like I said, there's some signs to it that's kind of pointing that this thing might eventually drop a tornado. But right now, it's not. Let's see here. Let's see. Tornado on the ground? No, it's not on the ground right now. But like I said, all I'm saying right now is that there's a few little signatures here. Like I said, we have a well-defined hook here, as well as there's a pretty broad, very, very large rotation. It needs a lot of work if it wants to drop a tornado. But right now, there's no tornado on the ground, which is good. How is Dallas-Fort Worth looking for tonight? So Dallas continues to be inside the severe weather risk. They just updated it. Dallas is inside of the slight risk, that little 2 out of 5 on the spectrum. So you're actually in the biggest threat here, or the biggest risk we have for the day. Today's maximum risk is a level 2, and you're in a level 2. So still should keep an eye on it. Tornado is not a concern for you. However, your main concern here is the possibility for damaging wind gusts, maybe up to 60 miles per hour to some of these storms, as well as maybe even some hail. Could be a concern. Wow, dude. Yeah, that's like a textbook right there. That's a textbook cell. You open a weather textbook, you'd see something like that under Hook Echo. Pretty crazy. Latest scan, it looks like that disk we were talking about is starting to get occluded into the main precipitation core here. So it's not. There's no dry air in between this, but it still has that. Still has that mesocyclone there, but look at that. So it's still not really rotating anything crazy, so that's good news. Great news. I'll tell you what, this guy, wow. This one's actually looking a little bit impressive here. This one's pretty impressive. Look at that. A lot of purple and blue. Yeah, anytime you see that on my color table anyways, that tells you that we might be seeing some large hail out of this guy. Let's see, is there any... They haven't warned for ping pong ball size hail and 60 mile per hour wind gusts. Radar indicated threat. Let's see. We're gonna. Yeah, this one's right over Leno. What is that? Leno? Or is it Leno or Leno? Yeah, I think it's Leno. Maybe. Could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong there. But that's where it's at. It's like a big wall of hail. You see all that pink in there? All that pink and purple? Yeah, that right there, that's just a big wall of likely hail. It's going right over Leno here. It looks like pretty populated areas. Oh yeah, look at all those buildings. Yeah, this is very populated territory. Probably getting pounded right now. Once again, they have it for ping pong ball size hail, likely occurring in Leno right now. They have Stoltz included inside the warning. Let's see. This looks like some pretty populated zones. I'm not gonna lie. So let's see, like Kingsland, literally a town called Toe, Silver Creek Village. Yeah, that's what we're looking at. Let me see here. Doc says, thanks, pal. Enjoy it when you go live. You actually interact with viewers. Much appreciated. No problem. Anytime. Can we get a hurricane update? Not right now. This is not the live stream for forecasting or typically like hurricane outlooks. Not really. We still have several months to go. I'll meet you up on a stream when there's not any severe weather occurring. We'll get to it eventually, but like I said, right now it's just that since there's severe weather ongoing, we don't like to pull away from severe weather. Especially to something that's not going to be impacting for months from now. So, but yeah. Let's see here. Brandy says hello all. Hi Andrew. What's up, Brandy? Hope you're doing good. But yeah, a little update down here in Nebraska. Wow, this storm right here towards Holdridge. So my friends out here. So here's Nebraska. Very very far south central side of Nebraska. We got ourselves. Here's a city called Holdridge, west of the city here. You see all that blue and that pink and purple? That right there, my friends, that is likely some very large hail. And according to the warning that the National Weather Service has put out here, they're considering like literally egg-size hail, like hen egg-size hail. Once again, eggs you normally fry it for breakfast, about this size. Your average egg is about 2 inches in diameter, so. But yeah, 2-inch hail and 60 mile per hour wind gusts. So it's not just a hail. You got to mix those winds in with it too. You got wind-driven hail. Could cause some injuries as well as definitely damage to property. So this includes Atlanta, Nebraska. Let's see, Loomis, Nebraska. the big core looks like it's going to track in towards Loomis. Atlanta, you might squeeze by. It'll be close. Let's see, Brett Rind. I think Brett Rind is basically north. Yeah, obviously Brett Rind is north of the main hail core here. So I think you guys are probably just going to remain seeing a bit of gusty winds, but no hail. If any hail, very little. So that's good. Let's see, more southwest here. We got a bunch of other cells. 35 minutes to go towards what's that? Lamar, Nebraska here. 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts on that one, and penny-sized hail. Which penny-sized hail, once again, it's nothing crazy. Penny-sized hail is not considered severe hail. But what really gets you there is the 70-mile-an-hour wind gusts. That's like nearly hurricane force wind speeds. But once again, remember, this is gusts, not constant winds. So another warning north of that towards Ogallala. Once again, I think that's how you say that. It's a town called Ogallala. If I'm wrong, once again, correct me there. But yeah, quarter-size hail, 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts out of that guy as well. So, but yeah, no. What we've noticed here is you can see 2-inch hail, 2-inch hail. So the majority of the storms that's happening here in south-central Nebraska, got a lot of these isolated storms right now. These ones are producing some large hail. Kind of the main concern here. Anyways, let's do a little update back in Texas real quickly. Hook is not as visible. That's good. Velocity. Yeah, velocity. There's not hardly any rotation on this anymore. I think it's relatively good for now. Let's see. We're gonna switch y'all back. Yeah, it's not as crazy looking anymore. That's good news. But it's still warned it's warned for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. But the one west of it now, this is the one I'm starting to kind of get a little bit concerned about now. This is towards Leno, and towards, let's see, Bucknan Dam, Kingsland here too. This guy is for ping pong ball size hail and 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. But yeah, once again, this is basically just a big old conveyor belt of hail, essentially. Once again, this is Central Texas, by the way. For reference, here's Austin, Texas. Northwest, we have a cell popping off here towards Marble Falls. And then northwest of that towards Leno, Texas. I think that's how you say it. Let's see. Buchanan Dam, I think, in Kingsland. Yeah, this is the one that kind of got my concern, or has my concern right now. Is once again all that purple and blue you see there. That's once again just a big old area of large hail. There's actually apparently been some reports of hail out of this guy too. Apparently ping pong ball size has been reported. I know there's definitely been a lot of hail out of this guy earlier. This is that one that was hooking a bit. This is towards Burnett. We've had like 2.5-inch hail being reported. But yeah, you can see how we evolve. And we actually start to get a hook that pops right there. Really, really well-defined hook there. Latest scans kind of has it, pulling back, essentially. So I think that tornado potential out of it is not very large anymore. Yeah, once again, velocity is not showing any tight rotation, which is good. Just a bit of broadness. Just got that rotating disc we call a mesocyclone still occurring inside of the storm here, but it's good. Yeah, I don't think there's any more tornadic activity on that, or any potential. Hardly any potential, anyways. North of these big guys, though, we got a bunch of scattered convection, a bunch of these thunderstorms. Not anything severe, probably just localized heavy rain-producing storms. Directly due south of Fort Worth here, though. We actually have ourselves a storm that's popping off. Let's see. We're going to check on that, guys. So my friends out there in Dallas, I know we got a lot of Dallas viewers out here today. A big old blob. It's a big blob storm. Not anything severe, though. It's not warned for anything. Although I will tell you, probably producing some pretty heavy rain, though. This is across Covington. Once again, directly south of Fort Worth. Covington, Blum, Rio Vista. towards Selburne and Grandview. Just once again a big blob of a storm, but other than that, it's not anything severe. Nothing concerning really right now. Let's see. Prepper says hail makes it look like snow sometimes. Then you can get hail fog. That's true. Yeah. Because obviously hail is so cold, and obviously, during thunderstorm days, the surface is usually warm. So that warm and cool air interaction causes, condensing to occur, which obviously, fogs up the ground there. So it makes difficulty of visibilities. And of course, yeah, like you said, obviously it can make it look like snow sometimes because there's so much hail that accumulates. It looks like winter wonderland in the middle of summer and spring. It's crazy. But yeah, no, you're right about that. Anyways, here's satellite view, eyes from the sky. Once again, Texas is relatively clear right now. There's really not much cloud cover in Texas except for this big blob across central Texas. And that big blob is some thunderstorm activity. All of that's just thunderstorm activity that's occurring. We track up towards Nebraska, and you can see that big train of storms we were talking about firing off here. These guys have big hail potential on them. In which, like I said, we'll go ahead and hop back over to that real quickly. But yeah, no, these storms out here in Nebraska, got a lot of them. These guys are all like hail producing. Not necessarily any tornadic activity on them. We're looking at velocity right now. I don't see any rotation out of them. Once again, I mean, that really kind of goes to show you what today's concern is. Not much tornadic activity, more of a hail concern. But speaking of, we got a little bit of a tail end, a little bit of a hook now starting to pop up on this middle cell west of Holdridge. South of Bertrand. And once again, this is it's going to be tracking pretty close to Atlanta, Nebraska. And there's currently a severe thunderstorm warning in effect here for 2-inch hail and 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts out of it. And once again, right here, that's the big core right here, mostly south of Bertrand. Once again, I think Bertrand is mostly inside that moderate heavy precipitation, but south of it, probably 2 miles or so. Yeah, about 2-3 miles. That's where the big stuff, like the big chunks of hail, likely are occurring. So keep that in mind there. But yeah, no, we're gonna need to watch these guys and. Yeah, look at that. They put the tornado possible on that one. Let's see, velocity. I don't know why they put a tornado possible tag on that guy. I think this one's going to need one too. Got another storm northwest of Lexington, Nebraska, which if you don't know where this is at, right here. So here's the United States. If you don't know where we're at, here's the United States. Literally central U.S. and a state of Nebraska, south central side. Got a group of thunderstorms popping off. A town called Lexington, which is in Nebraska. West of Lexington, we have a storm, and there's a severe thunderstorm warning in effect for areas near including Cozad, Dar, Buffalo, not Buffalo, New York. Not trying to confuse anybody here. This is for once again Buffalo, Nebraska. Got a little bit of a hail core here. Once again, possible hail that might be occurring. Across areas south of Cozad. For the most part, it looks mostly rural. You can see how there's barely any buildings there. So once again, it's kind of in like the middle of nowhere essentially. The Central Plains are definitely known for being in the middle of nowhere. So. But yeah, no. Still, regardless, I mean, this thing's tracking towards Cozad. Storm motion's northeast here, pretty slow. Only moving at 20 miles an hour to the northeast. Yeah, see, northeast at 20. So, moving fairly slow, but that core probably is going to be moving over Cozad here. I can see it. It's obviously a lot more. It's obviously a lot more. Urban here. See how there's a lot more buildings, a lot more development in these regions here. So that means more population. And, with that being said, that little spike here could cause some hail. for those regions there. So we'll watch that. West of that, here, let's see. Oh, wow, this one's gotten pretty nasty, too. Yeah, this is where you start to roll into some bad radar coverage areas. Extreme southwestern Nebraska here, towards Hayes Center. Let's see here. Yeah, we got a storm. It looks, once again, mostly over rural areas, not seeing many buildings. So really not really anything too populated. 10 minutes ago, we have a tornado possible tag. Does not mean a tornado is immediately a danger. It means that, tornadoes can, severe thunderstorms can produce tornadoes, essentially. And this storm could theoretically produce one. But right now, there's no immediate warning saying you got to take action. Because right now, there's no tornado warning. Hail up to 2 inches. That's kind of your main concern. I'd rather worry about the hail than the tornado on the storm right now. Damaging winds not expected to be anything damaging, so that's good. That's good news. Anyways, back down to Texas here. But once again, my friends out there in Austin, I would keep an eye out there for this. Because, like I said, my friends in Austin, we have a storm that's tracking in our general direction here. But overall, though, it's moving very, very slow, and it's kind of moving, it might even be decaying a bit. It's obviously not as strong as it used to be. Like I said, this thing has reports of producing like 2.5-inch hail. Now it's only one for like quarter-size hail, which is or literally an inch of hail in diameter. So overall, like I said, it's definitely dropped off quite a bit since what we've seen here last. So, but like I said, we're definitely going to be we're still going to be watching this guy for a little bit. But like I said, my friends, y'all, if you're across central Texas, central, southwestern, south central Nebraska, once again, y'all, please, stay safe out there. And like I said, if you have not already, I have not asked for this on the live stream yet, but if you have not already, please consider hitting that subscribe button, maybe leaving a like if you guys are enjoying it. Just FYI, if you guys would be interested in our Discord, stuff like that, we have that in the description. As well as our Twitter at NWW1162. You guys can send any of this crazy weather reports. Say if you have some lightning pictures, if you have any hail to submit, obviously any tornadoes, any tornado damage, any storm damage at all. Like I said, tag us on our Twitter. We usually pull up our Twitter here every once in a while, and we'll show you what's going on here. You know what? Kevin has actually sent us in a report here a few minutes ago. So this was taken by Kevin earlier in Bristol, Connecticut, while storm chasing today. That's very, very, that's very, very bright, very, very. What's the word I'm looking for? Vibrant, maybe. Very concentrated. Like that is the most, saturated? I don't know what I'm trying to say. The brightest, essentially, rainbow I've seen probably in a while. So, yeah, really, really pretty photo there. Thank you for submitting that. Anyways, let's go ahead and scan over here. We're going to move back to Texas for a minute. Once again, we got this big old blob in central Texas, and you named it. Yep, that's all the storms that's kicking off here. Holy cow, dude, these winds. 35 knots. Sustained wind is being reported here. It's south of Fort Worth. Okay, there you go. So there's Dallas right here. Here's Fort Worth. South of it, we have a marker right here. We have a marker that's right here. And it's showing 35 knots, which is about 45 miles per hour. So overall, that's crazy. Here, let me give my mom a call real quick. My mom just called me for a minute. So give me 1 second, y'all. I'm going to mute for a minute.
Cloudy, 87, dew point 74, relative humidity 64%, wind south at 20, gusting to 30, pressure 29.77 inches and rising. Fort Worth Meacham, cloudy, 86, southeast at 21, gusting to 31. Dallas Love Field, cloudy, 87, south at 15, gusting to 24. Arlington, cloudy, 87, southeast at 18, gusting to 25.
So my mom calls me and she doesn't answer. If she calls me again, I'll have to pick up real quickly. Anyways. But yeah, no, once again, Oklahoma pretty much in the clear here. Little update back here towards central Texas. Yeah, I think this storm that's northwest of Austin right now, I think this guy is starting to starting to lose its shape. Once again, it was definitely a lot more worse than it was, or it was a lot worse earlier than what it is now, or what it's warned for here. So, but a quarter-size hail on this guy, 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. Once again here towards Marble Falls, Texas. Once again, directly northwest of Austin. But the one west of that, yeah, this one's really concerning. 2-inch hail on this one. 2-inch hail. Yeah, we're talking some big stuff here. Let's see. We got ourselves a report coming in from Doc. Thank you so much, Doc, for reporting this in. Very beautiful Mamatis clouds. Holy cow. Saying this is in North Fort Worth. Absolutely beautiful. Well, Doc, thank you so much for sending that in to us. That's actually really, really beautiful. I just love Mamatis clouds. You typically see that under an anvil. Like I said, anvil clouds, basically, you see a thunderstorm and you see how it gets sheared off. Like a long, thin stretch. Under that long, thin stretch is where you usually see those Mamatis clouds. But really, really beautiful. Thank you so much there, Doc. Greatly appreciated. Thank you much. All right, we're going to switch back over to Nebraska for a minute. Yeah, like I said, Nebraska storms are something else. These, like I said, these Nebraska cells are something else here. Very, very large hail is likely occurring in these guys. So we have, all right, very, very far south-central, Nebraska. Let's see, this is towards Macon, Nebraska, towards Upland, Nebraska, right across Highway 4. South of Quad Hammer, Federal Waterfowl. Yeah, waterfowl, apparently. Protection area. That is, I'm just going off of what that says. But yeah, see this big old area of that pink. Yeah, that's pink and purple. That's telling us we have some big old chunks of ice up in the sky here. So, 2-inch hail, ping pong ball size hail is possible now. However, the one northwest of that, west of Holdridge, Nebraska, in a town called Loomis, towards Bertrand, and Atlanta. Once again, this is Atlanta. This is not Atlanta, Georgia. This is Atlanta, Nebraska, which is in the very far south-central side of the state. Now, this storm is currently warned for hail being the possibility up to 2 inches in diameter. We're talking like egg size. Hen egg size. Once again, typical eggs you crack for breakfast. Hen egg size hail. Damaging wind gusts potentially up to 60 miles per hour. They did include a tornado possible tag. Not saying that there's an immediate tornado being, not an immediate tornado danger, but it means that tornadoes can quickly develop from severe thunderstorms such as this guy right here. So, like I said, still something we should watch out for. Let's see here. But we got 2 minutes on this warning. They're probably likely going to extend this warning. They're probably likely going to issue another one in its favor. Because, like I said, these areas in that, that pink and purple and blue, those regions here, that is where we are likely seeing still some large hail. Northwest of that, towards Lexington, 31 minutes ago, for $half size hail and 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts, towards Cozard, Nebraska here. 2-inch hail in this guy as well. Wow. Yeah, all these guys are about to expire. 46 minutes. There you go. Yeah, that one still got a little bit. Yeah, very far southwestern. The good news is, like I said, that a lot of these areas are rural. I always have a hard time saying that. Which is good, meaning not really populated. which is good news. But my friends out there towards Hayes Center, southwest Nebraska, you got a warning here for a possible tornado. Let's see, 2-inch hail. Once again, that's egg-size hail, and 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts being possible. So we'll need to keep an eye on those. Back to the Austin storms here. Going to do a little bit of an update on this really quickly. Let's see. So, okay. So once again, Austin is right here. This is where Austin's at. Northwest of Austin, not too far northwest. We have a town called Lago Vista. Briarcliff, you guys are mostly in the clear right now, but you're in a severe thunderstorm warning here. It looks like that storm might even be passing. Like I said, this thing's barely moving. I mean, look at this. This thing's like barely moving at all, essentially. So, you know, that's actually bringing a concern for flooding. You know, like I was explaining here earlier, basically, if you have a storm that's sitting over one area for a long period of time, it's just continuously dumping rain over that specific spot. And with that being said, since this storm, as you can see, is barely even moving, I think it's moving at 20 miles an hour, but I feel like it's moving slower than that, 15 miles an hour. So it looks like it's losing speed, nearly stationary. That's just going to create, you know, rapid ponding of water. You know, it is something that you got to take very seriously. You know, it's flash flooding. Now, there's not a warning, not a flash flood warning for what I understand. Ladies and gentlemen, we got a tornado warning just popped up in Nebraska. Uh-oh. Okay, we're going to switch back over to that. Yep, we got a tornado warning here in Nebraska. For Hayes Center, Nebraska, we now have a tornado warning here in effect. Let's see, we're going to switch back to velocity here. Once again, terrible radar coverage out here. I tell you, it cannot get much worse than this. Yeah, we can see some rotation, red, a little bit of reds and kind of like that bright white greenish color. Bit of rotation popping off in that storm. See, storm's tracking northeast at 20. Moving northeast at 20 here. So it's going to be impacting Hayes Center here. Let's see, also including Marengo. Once again, I don't think there's many people in the in this area here. Here, let's see. Here we go. Look at this, y'all. It really goes to show you exactly what I'm talking about. Population 271. So, once again, it's very, very little populated areas. Only 2 schools, which nobody's in school at this point. 2-inch hail. That's another concern. It's not just a possible not just possible tornadoes here, but Hayes Center, literally only about 200, 300 people is inside the warning. So once again, very, very low, very, very little populated area. So that's good news at least. But to my 271 plus visitors, I'd say, to my friends out there, still got to take it seriously. Yeah, because we got a bit of rotation here southwest of Hayes Center. And this is tracking, once again, northeast, I believe at 25, it said. At 20. Moving northeast at 20. So, with it moving at 20, let's see here. Okay, what is that? So, it's about 10 miles away from Hayes Center, moving northeast at 20 miles an hour. So, it'll be there, if you do the math, so it'll be here in 30 minutes. Right? Is that math right? People correct me. So the storm's moving northeast at 20 miles. Wait. No. Am I doing this right? Hold on. So storm is moving northeast at 20 miles per hour. It's 10 miles away from Hayes Center. Means it covers. So that's 30 minutes until impact, right? Say yes if I'm right. Say no if I'm wrong. Seriously, when I'm like in rush like this, I can't think straight all the time. So but I'm pretty sure that's right. Anyways.
Mostly cloudy. A 40% chance of showers and thunderstorms in the evening.
Let's see here.
South winds 10 to 15 miles an hour.
But yeah.
The hazardous weather outlook through tonight for North Texas.
Oh yeah. Yeah, look at that.
Storms will continue
Yeah, the rotation's definitely picking up there.
in North Texas through late this evening. The greatest threat for storms
Definitely is picking up there. Once again, it's heading right towards Hay Center.
damaging winds and large
Which population, like I said, is
limited spotter activation may be
population is once again very, very low, which is great news.
hazardous weather outlook for Saturday through
Oh, everybody's saying yes. Okay, cool. Thank you. Thank y'all.
daily thunderstorm chances in the
Just making sure my math was right there.
upcoming week.
But like I said, once again, this is not just a possible tornado here. This is also for 2-inch hail. And to my people who are just now joining us, show you where this is at. This is extreme southwestern Nebraska. Once again, Hayes Center is included with this, and Marengo. But like I said, once again, population is about 271, 2 schools in the warning. This will remain in effect until 10:15 Eastern, or locally, this will be in effect here until 9:15 Central. So yeah. Let's see. Yep.
The record high for tomorrow is 100, which occurred
It says it'll be right around 8:50 towards Hayes Center.
sunset tonight.
Let me check correlation coefficient here.
Sunrise tomorrow is at 6:36 a.m.
Yeah, once again, radar coverage out here is terrible.
p.m. Central Daylight Time.
Ooh, I don't know.
You are listening to
I don't know what to call that.
Hazards Radio, the voice of the National Weather Service.
Let me see how hot. Oh, apparently there's been a funnel cloud reported. Hold on a minute. We're gonna backtrack here for a minute. We're gonna switch back to this radar here. Apparently, not out of this storm, but apparently a little bit ago, in Madrid, there was a funnel cloud reported. Storm chaser reported. Funnel cloud is 1 to 2 miles west of Madrid. So this was reported at 52 UTC. It's now 137. So we likely have spotters we likely have chasers somewhere who's in this storm right now. If there is storm chasers reporting, a funnel cloud, what, like 30 miles maybe northwest of the storm here, they've got to, if they're still chasing, they've got to be close to this guy. So that might be good news. But once again, at nighttime, it's very difficult to spot any tornadoes. So don't wait until you see or hear a tornado before you take action. Make sure you take action immediately. As soon as you get the warning. Wow, dude, 74 mile an hour wind gusts reported. Personal weather station of 74 mile per hour winds was reported south of Lamar. Also, 75 mile an hour wind gusts reported here in northeastern Colorado. 70. Big old cluster here of 70 plus mile per hour winds reported. Also, golf ball size hail and ping pong ball size hail reported out of these storms too. I tell y'all, these are different breeds. Like, these are some different breed of storms here. These ones are something you don't want to mess with. And like I said, yeah, we have this tornado warning here. Also, we got this tornado warning here. Like I said, also we're looking out for large hail in this guy too. Let's see here. Wow. Let's see, Texas. All right, we're gonna switch over to you guys later, or right now, real quickly. I'm gonna switch all over to scenes real quickly. We're gonna switch to my other radar program. We're gonna switch over here towards Austin. Yeah, here we go. We're gonna go move back over here to reflectivity for a moment. Yeah, this storm, once again, this is the one that had that hook earlier. I think this guy's dying out. Would not be surprised if they stop issuing severe thunderstorm warnings on this guy. Expires in 6 minutes. This one west of that storm, directly northwest of, let's see, northwest of Austin. Yeah, there's Austin, Texas. Right over areas of, or they just issued another warning. Probably extending this guy. Yeah, this one expires in 20-some minutes. Yep. Yeah, they're extending that in there. Because this storm's tracking east where they have this going on for the next 65 minutes. So they basically just extended that warning. Anyways, but yeah, this guy is having possible hail concerns of 2 inches in diameter being possible. Right across like Kingsland, let's see, Golden Beach, Bluffton. That's that. Got a bit of a hook there, obviously, popping up on that one tornadic storm. The one tornado warning here. Rotation's now west of Hayes Center. About 5 miles now west of Hayes Center here. Roughly. Correlation coefficient. Once again, it's... Thing is here is that, you know, if you want to use correlation coefficient to look for tornadic debris, since this, since this storm, or since the radar is so far away from the storm, it angles up. So the scan is really high above the ground. So even if there was the slightest amount of debris that got lifted in the atmosphere, there's a chance that debris could be under the beam, if that makes any sense. So a tornado picks up stuff, but the radar is only scanning minimally right here and up. Because, like I said, the radar is further away from the storm. Hopefully that makes sense, but not all the time at this altitude or at this distance from radar is correlation coefficient really all that good. I mean, could be worse, but radar is about 90 miles away from that area. So like I said, yeah, that's... Does it say the beam height? I don't think it does, fortunately. You can do the math if you guys look it up. You might be able to figure this out. But it's about 90 miles away from the radar at a 0.5 degree tilt. Yeah, tilt matters a lot too. So 0.5 degree tilt at 90 miles. Do I think Minnesota could get enhanced risk either tomorrow or Sunday? No. Definitely not. There is, okay, Minnesota has a very small little risk out there tomorrow for severe weather, just a little marginal risk. Once again, it's not something you should totally ignore, but it's very unlikely for severe weather. But there's a little marginal out there. Anyways. Alrighty. Alright, y'all. Well, I tell you what, I hate to do this to you guys, but like I said, you know, my girlfriend's down here. She can, I mean, like I said, we have a long distance relationship. She lives like 1,000 miles away from me. I don't get to see her too much. She's going to be down here. She's leaving on Tuesday, and she's just now getting back from the movies. She was going with, you know, she's at the movies earlier. She's now coming back. So like I said, that's why I decided to do some coverage with you guys today. But I think, like I said, she's almost home now. So I think I'm going to head off here. As much as I'd love to stream this entire stream, or just, you know, be here the entire night here, I think I'm going to have to call it a night for now. Because, like I said, obviously, you know, she's here now, and so I'd like to spend some time before she goes back on Tuesday. So, but after Tuesday, we'll be doing full-length live streams, so don't worry about that. But I do want to go ahead and say, guys, thank you so much for joining us. It's greatly appreciated. You guys absolutely rock. First of all, big shout-out goes to our donors today. First of all, Crystal Miller, thank you so much. Walk in the Woods and Proxy, to our donators outside or out there, thank you so much. Once again, Walk in the Wood, Proxy, and Crystal. Thank you guys so much for supporting the channel. Greatly appreciated. Really helps us out. You know, helps keep food on the table. Also helps, you know, pay for these programs, stuff like that. Like I said, this is what I do for a living. So if you guys would like to support a little bit, we do have our Cash App down in the description. You guys can check that out if you'd like to send us a few dollars to help, you know, help the cause. Also, we have that little dollar icon if you guys want to check that out as well. But like I said, that's if you guys want to support us, you know, that way. If not, like I said, totally okay. We understand. Like I said, just make sure you hit that subscribe button though and leave a like on the way out. Be greatly appreciated. Once again, everybody, thank you. Let's see, the median beam is shooting about 4,500 feet. So yeah, that's pretty high up there. But anyways. All right, y'all. Well, once again, you guys have a wonderful, wonderful night. The stream is going to be heading off here in 2 minutes. That way you guys can, say goodbye to your friends and family who's, just chilling in here. Once again, everybody, thank you all for joining us. Thank you for even just watching here today. It's greatly appreciated. Maybe share this as well, guys. Maybe share this live stream, share this channel with your friends and family. Help get that word out there. Potentially could save some lives. So like I said, obviously that's the main goal here is to help keep y'all prepared, keep you guys safe out there, and all that stuff. All right, y'all. Well, stream's heading off here now in 2 minutes. Once again, thank you. And you guys have an amazing and wonderful night. Stay safe out there, and we'll catch you guys in the next one. Once again, love y'all. Please stay safe. Catch you then.
Dallas Love Field, cloudy, 87, south at 15, gusting to 24. Arlington, cloudy, 87, southeast at 18, gusting to 25. Denton, mostly cloudy, 88, south at 17, gusting to 25. Mineral Wells, cloudy, 86, south at 18, gusting to 31. Elsewhere around the region, Wichita Falls, clear, 84, east at 9. Abilene, clear, 86, southeast at 12, gusting to 21. Waco, cloudy, 83, southwest at 7. Tyler, partly cloudy, 82, southeast at 6. Once again at 8 p.m., DFW Airport, cloudy, 87, south at 20, gusting to 30. Now let's check on your local forecast for the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. Severe thunderstorm watch 187 in effect until 10 p.m. this evening. Tonight, mostly cloudy with a 20% chance of showers and thunderstorms this evening, then mostly clear after midnight. Some thunderstorms may be severe with damaging winds and large hail. Lows in the upper 60s. South winds 10 to 15 miles an hour. Saturday, mostly sunny. Highs in the lower 90s. South winds 10 to 15 miles an hour. Saturday night, mostly cloudy. A 40% chance of showers and thunderstorms in the evening. Lows in the upper 60s. South winds 10 to 15 miles an hour. The hazardous weather outlook through tonight for North Texas. Severe thunderstorms will continue across parts of central and north.